Hi Laura, can you just give us a brief overview of who you are and just a little bit into your breast cancer journey?
Absolutely. My name is Laura. I have been married for almost 20 years with 2 boys. About to turn 44 at the end of this month. Back in November of 19 is when I should have actually gone in for my regular starting, hey, you turn 40 mammogram screenings. As a busy mom with the 2 kids, with my 2 boys, it was difficult to actually just stop and take care of yourself. And I'm sure every mom kind of feels that way at times. In March of 2020, I had to actually see a doctor for some other issues that I was having. And at that time, she had mentioned, you haven't done your mammogram, you're not going to leave before you get that scheduled. So I'm very grateful to her, Dr. Katie, for that, because lo and behold, go in, you think nothing's going to happen, and you get that phone call to say, you have to come back, we see something. You get that call and it feels like life shuts down, and it was just ironic that life did shut down because of COVID.
Yeah, what a scary time to get that diagnosis. But I'm glad that your doctor pushed you to get the mammogram, and that's amazing that was something that she prioritized even in the midst of everything crazy with COVID. So,
yeah. And that's my biggest push to everyone is don't put it off. Like I mentioned, that being a busy mom, you forget to take care of yourself. It's all about your kids, it's all about your family, your husband. We always miss out on us, and it's amazing how quickly just one exam or one time you go in and it can save someone's life.
Yeah. And what did treatment look like after that then?
Yeah, so after that, obviously with everything being shut down, it was, we still met with a surgeon, Dr. Gullner with Ascension. She kind of went through the steps and the surgery options that I had, whether I wanted to do the lumpectomy or do the mastectomy. I was gearing towards doing the mastectomy, but after meeting with her, I chose the lumpectomy, so just removing the tumor. Part of that surgery was also then removing lymph nodes that they could see were kind of linked or tied to the tumor itself. Because everything was shut down, Dr. Gullner mentioned, we don't know when we'll be able to do surgery, but as soon as we do have that all clear, we'll give you a call. And certainly she checked in pretty regularly just because of her change of daily life. She had more of a one-on-one connection than with her patients. She had more time to do that and connect with you. So it was checking in just to make sure everything was good. And it was May finally when they actually got the all clear. So getting that phone call, it was that relief, that release of fear, if you want to say, because that whole time you're sitting there thinking, I have cancer inside me and there's nothing they can do. So then we scheduled surgery. Everything was successful. Had to do a second follow-up surgery suggested by my gynecologist. And from there, with the recovery, I was able then to start radiation treatment. And it went for 4 weeks. And it was every day for about 10-15 minutes a day. Again, because of COVID, I would have to take myself. No one could go in with me, be there for support. That very last day, the nurse that was there every day for the radiation treatment itself just stood there and started crying because all she wanted to do was give me a hug, and COVID prevented her from doing that with just all the precautionaries that they had in place to make sure that she was safe, I was safe, now going through treatment.
Yeah, that must have been so difficult on both of you guys to, like you said, not have your support, being able to be there, and then the support that was there not being able to be fully present because of COVID restrictions. So, wow. And that must have been hard having to wait that time period, like you said, to schedule the surgery, and just not know what the cancer was even probably doing in that time. So yeah.
What was nice, they kept reassuring me my cancer was invasive ductal carcinoma. If I said that correctly, it's hard to roll off the tongue when you're not a doctor.
Yeah.
It was stage 1, and they said grade 0. Grade 0, I had no idea they even evaluated cancer that way. I knew of stage 1, 2, 3, 4, the various stages. Grade 0 meant it was actually a slow progressing tumor. So it was, at least to them, something that wasn't, it was urgent, but it wasn't as urgent because they knew it wasn't going to grow much during that short time.
Mm-hmm. That's comforting to know. What has your post-surgery treatment and care looked like?
Part of the treatment is also part of the 5-year treatment is the hormone blocker that you take daily. A lot of people are on like tamoxifen, letrozole. I was actually on both of them, but then ended up having the side effects, the normal side effects, like the joint pain, stiffness. There were some mornings I'd wake up and I'd feel like I was an 80-year-old trying to get out of bed with the creaking, the cracking, the stiffness. And then it was finally one night waking up just thirsty, go to grab a bottle of water. I couldn't open the bottle because my joints were so stiff. So it was time to make that change. I am still on uphill. I just cannot pronounce it. Again, that's for doctors to know that. But it's still tough as far as the recovery. They always say when you're going through treatment, it's kind of like having like chemo brain. There is such a thing, even though I didn't have chemotherapy, just doing the radiation, it still feels that way. You're in a fog. I feel as a mom, there's a lot of things that I could do prior to my diagnosis and prior to treatment that now sometimes I stop and I think, wow, I used to be able to do this. Now I can't, or it's a little tougher to get through. And just even post-surgery, I did actually have to see a lymphedema therapist for some, common swelling that occurs. So Kim was amazing.
Who has been supportive during your journey?
I can't thank my husband enough for just the support through the process. My parents, my mom and dad, they were there for me. Obviously with COVID, everything being shut down, my boys were in kindergarten and in 2nd grade, so they were home every day. So it was the quick, go by grandma and grandpa so mom can go through treatment and get her treatment. Cannot say thank you enough to my care team, doctors, again, starting off with Dr. Katie, who pushed for that mammogram, stopped putting it off. Dr. Gollner, Dr. Varkey, my oncologist, pretty much all of the radiology or radiation team. Can't thank my friends enough who were there just helping me along the way just to survive. Every day, not think about it, kind of block that memory of, especially during the time of not being able to have like the surgery and treatment. I want to shout out to Colleen, Bridget, Amy, Cassie.
Well, thank you so much for coming in and sharing your story. I know it can be hard to kind of like relive that and go through that, but I hope that it encourages other people to get their mammogram and to just check in on loved ones too throughout, your life with difficult things coming up as well. So thank you for just being able to share your own experience with breast cancer and encourage others. So
yeah, and thank you. And again, don't put it off. Definitely go, because you can definitely save your life.
Yeah, thank you.